Hello and welcome into this reading for the month of August. We're doing this reading at the end of July, and let's do a check-in and see what's coming for us. This will be a reading for the collective, and we're going to do a little bit of an insight reading. So we'll do a 5-card draw, and we'll do kind of what we can expect, what brought us to that point, what we have ahead of us, what is above, what is below, and then we'll go a little bit deeper. We'll pull a little bit, kind of see what's coming for us. So I'm going to use our Sacred Symbols Oracle cards. They are my OG workhorse deck to kind of give us an overview and kind of set the tone for where we're at. So all of my cards have been cleared, and they have been shuffled, and then they were shuffled again. Very well shuffled, these cards, and let's see where we go. So we'll do one more time here, and we'll let all of the cards get in line. We'll let all the messages line up to see where we need to go today. So, new life, August, new life. Meditate. You need to take that time to meditate. Meditation is usually a little bit of a pause too. Truth. I like truth. Our power shot is healer. This might mean we need to call in some healing energy for ourselves. This is when it is upended, it's sometimes the thing that we need to bring towards us. So healer, that's our power shot. The power shot is the thing that sort of gives the oomph, that gives the flavor boost. It's the thing that you add at the end that just gives tone to the whole thing. And then the card in the shadow position, good fortune. I like that. Oh, that's a good card. This new life. I think if you're watching this in August, just before August, I think you're standing in that new life now. It's not coming at you. Looks like you're in it. Welcome to your new life, my friend. Meditate. Time. Taking the time to be present in the moment. And that's something that I think we probably all don't do enough of. We're always thinking about the future. We're always thinking about what's coming next. We're probably always the grocery list and the errands we need to run and how am I going to pay the bills? And then we're doom scrolling or we're caught up in somebody's Facebook drama. But sometimes we just need to disconnect from all of that and sit. A new life deserves that time and that space to be present and to be aware, to be intentional with where you put your energy and where you put your attention. The truth. A new life, new truth. What is your truth in this new life? What truth are you writing for yourself? What are you finding out? What are you learning? What are you leaning into? Healer. Are you embracing becoming a healer? Are you needing a healer? Are you looking for a healer? Keep an eye on this one. This might be something that you may need to call in. And good fortune. Boy, I love a good fortune in the shadow position. Shadows for me are not things that are negative. They are not things that are dark. They're not things that are flat. They're just the foundation. Just because it was on the underside, it was what was holding everything else up. And I like that. I'm going to ask a little more around this truth. I'd like a little more information about this truth. What truth do we need to write? What truth are we writing? What truth are we uncovering in the month of August for the collective, please? Home. Friendship. This is coming together. This is something that's coming towards you. A teacher, a kinship, a friendship, an ally, especially when you put that with the healer. This is a coming together. This is also a coming together. This is all the roads lead to home. So when you have these things coming together, this sort of crossroads, those are good. I like that. And then one more from the top. Message. This is your message. This message is coming towards you. This message is around truth. And new moon. A little mysterious, a little unseen. and brand new. And that goes with your new life. It could be that this message is coming on the new moon. It could be that new moon is just symbolic of this fresh start. So let's take this, let's leave it where it's at right now. I feel like there's not a whole lot more that can come from it. And let's see what the tarot cards have to say. So again, these have been shuffled, cleared, shuffled again. So I immediately had a flyer. He landed a little sideways, this guy, our emperor. He landed like this. When you have things, there's been a lot lately of the emperor sitting upon his throne, clutching his gold, who has made all these rules, drawn like that, flying out like that. But that's just what it's been for other readings. So let's wave that away, and we will take it with fresh eyes, and we will not apply that to this situation unless it screams at us. So one more time, let's let these cards get in line. Let the message come through, what we need to hear. This message for the collective for the month of August, where we're at for the month of August, where we will be sitting, what will have brought us there, what is above, what is below, and where we will be going together. Okay, let's see what we have, friends. I hope you have a comfortable spot in the circle. Thank you for being here with me. Let's find out what August holds for us. Ooh, the Chariot. This is a card braced for action. He's not moving. He's standing there awaiting his orders. Maybe he's waiting for someone to give him his download of Google Maps. He's not moving. And while he can indicate that a chariot moves things very swiftly, very quickly, he isn't moving yet. It is a card of holding, a card of waiting, a card of potential energy, but a card of standing still. That is August. It is a card, though, however, that is full of the divine symbology there. I love it. I love when the messages of the divine come through. Okay, this is our above. This is what is behind us. This is what we are leaving behind. It is upended. The Wheel of Fortune turns. If we can recognize that nothing is ever ours to hold unchanged, we will lose everything that we have. We will lose our friends. We will lose our job. We will lose our income. We will lose a home. We will lose our looks. We will lose everything. We are insecure in everything. But nature abhors a vacuum. So when we lose something, it is filled with something new. And that is where your new life comes in. You have to let go of something. You have to lose something in order to have something new. So you will always lose the things that are important, but they will always be replaced too. And it doesn't mean they are gone forever. It just means that it is changed, is not what it used to be. So the Wheel of Fortune turns. Time changes, life changes, everything is touched. All things are impacted by the wheel. Okay, so that is what is behind. What is before? Page of Pentacles. What is above? The High Priestess, knowing and intuition and divine feminine. And what is below? The Ace of Swords, new thought, new ideas, sharp new communication. And that is incoming. So we have our Chariot in the middle, our Wheel of Fortune as our behind, what has gotten us here. What is before us is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, a page is youthful energy. It is learning and excitement and fresh looks. And Pentacles are materials. It is the foundational things that give us our creature comforts. It is work. It is skill. It is business. It's about the physical things in the material world that we have around us. And it can sometimes be our health and our family. Now, upended, I do not read reversals. as the opposite of what the traditional meaning, whatever you might read into it. So reading the Page of Pentacles, that doesn't mean we lose it. It doesn't mean that it's the opposite of all of those things, that he's not youthful, that it's not material things. It just means that we look at it in a different way. When something is upside down, when a card is drawn reversed, we just look at it in a slightly different way. When I'm looking at him, he's also, we have our Chariot right before, right? That's our place of holding in August, of being a little bit of a standstill, but waiting for change, waiting to take off. A lot of potential in there. And then we have our Page of Pentacles right before, a new way of looking at how we use our skills, how we use our work, how we use our material possessions and what they mean to us, and how we have those creature comforts. And the Wheel of Fortune being reversed, that's upended as well, right? That's looking at it in this different way. And that just tells me that where we were, things have shifted. And we have our Emperor. He was this way. Tilting him right off his throne, perhaps. That Orange Emperor clutching his gold. New life. And in this place of holding. So when I'm looking at all of this healer card that we had, let's see if I can still the camera. I have a dog who likes to be under the desk when I'm doing readings, and so he shakes things up a little bit. We're going to need some healing, friends. We're going to need some healing, and we're going to need to come together as we uncover these truths for ourselves. We have these two cards of holding. We also have our High Priestess, who is, she's also a card. She's settled. She's not moving. She's not going anywhere. She's there to watch over us. She's also new life. Those robes, that's the foundation of all new life. It flows into the water that flows through the entire tarot. That is born of her. There's new things coming. And I think we need to take the time, and we need to find the truths. We need to seek the truths to understand this place of home, this foundational place of home. And call in our allies, call in our healers. We are going to need healing, but there is good fortune under all of this. And we have, again, the High Priestess, and we have our new moon. And I feel like the Chariot goes along with this message, and so does the Ace of Swords. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lean into the hope. And this is a reading for the collective. So maybe our gold clutching orange emperor on his throne of stone that is immovable. Maybe he's tipped over. That would indicate that the Wheel of Fortune has turned. It is a place of holding, of waiting to see what's next. Where do we go? But there is swift potential there. Underneath, upending the way we've thought about things, new thoughts, new ideas, new communication, sharp, piercing truths coming right at us. Guided, held, intuition, new life, new way of looking at what stability is, of what home is, of what is important to us, learning, understanding. Good fortune. Let's I have a couple cards that I expect to come through. Let's see what we get. So I'm gonna give a good Good shuffle here. Probably some that will fly out. See, they're already trying to. When I do bigger readings, it seems like the messages that need to be passed are the ones that they fly out. They let us know. So there you go. Looks like we had one, two, three of them. They came out like this. The Hanged Man, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Swords. Okay, so let's start with the Hanged Man. He came out watching, holding, waiting, looking at things in a new way. There is not panic here. There is not a rush. There is not a feeling of frenzy or being frantic. It's just, I'm curious. Connection to the divine also. So he was there, and I haven't even drawn cards. These are just the ones that flung themselves out. Our Queen of Pentacles reversed. Our Queen of Pentacles is, she's home and she's nurture and she's guiding light and she's warm comfort and she's just that motherly embrace and she's the things around us that create home, loving earth mother energy. And she was reversed. And then our King of Swords. Friends, he writes the truths. He knows them. He sees them. He hears them. His sword, it's canted. He's ready to hear what we have to say. He's also ready to offer new communication, a new way of understanding things, a new way of thinking, a new way of thinking. Now let's figure out where we were going with things. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Skill, business, craftsmanship. Well, I'll come back to that. Judgment. This is a card. The Six of Pentacles is there's income, there's security, there's stability, there's having enough to go around, but there's also choosing, where does it go? Where does the money go? How do we disperse it? So it's a card of wealth, and not necessarily abundance, but of enough to go around. But it's a card of choosing. The Hermit. Stopping and looking at things, drawing back, looking at what's below, shining the light of the divine, a light of understanding, a light of knowledge, a light of learning, shining that, paying attention. Wisdom of the ages. And he's going to shed his guiding light. And then underneath, our King of Wands. Okay, there's a few major arcana in here. The major arcana happen in between the points of life along the way. They exist no matter what. The Emperor, our orange Emperor, clutching his gold. I really like that every time he's coming out sideways. If you follow the path of human history, there has always been those that have risen to power and have clutched their gold and have commanded armies and have lorded over things, have created the structure and the rules that others must live by. There's always been someone that exists. And as the Wheel of Fortune turns, there's always the Emperor falls. He's toppled. And when that happens, that society enters, generally tends to enter into one that is more divine feminine, one that is softer, gentler, more nurturing. We've seen it in the United States. We've seen it in other countries. It's all through the course of human history. So when we're looking at all of this together, the major arcana, the Hanged Man, comes with that. When the Emperor falls, there's always that period, that time. And the Hanged Man is one of connection to the divine, and it's a little more youthful. The court cards, both of the kings came up upright, and our queen came out reversed. That tells me that's what's coming for us. That's part of this new life. So this is all for our month of August. I'm going to go ahead and lean into that hope, and here's where I'm going to go with it. The Emperor, there's a new life. We're going to need to take the time to consider where we are at, to look at where we are at, to look at where we're going, to pause. Because as that wheel of fortune turns, we're going to have these new ideas. It's going to turn the way that we look at home, stability, foundational things. The way that we look at that is going to turn it upside down. And there's going to be a shift, returning to some craftsmanship based things, returning to a place of valuing the work that is done, figuring out where the wealth needs to be divided. It's going to need some healing along the way. It's going to need some healing along the way. It is going to need some healing. And that divine feminine, new moon, divine feminine along the way. But there will be a good energy. There will be a strong, controlled energy. New thoughts, new ideas, new way of doing things, new life. Good fortune. So while the wheel will turn, and while the tangerine Palpatine, while the Emperor may fall, there's good that will come of it. So what do we do? We're all part of our circles now. We are a collective for a reason. We come together. We have the healing arts. We create those friendships. We find our allies. We come together in peace and in harmony. And we help write the truths of care, of knowing, of understanding, of acceptance in this new life. We take care of each other. We take care of ourselves. And we go forward one step at a time. Because everything that's in here is meant for all of us. And we do it together. And our circles, they intersect. These circles, they intersect. And they may not join, but as we move between them, we bring ourselves together. So while you're moving in these circles, thank you for being in this one with me for a little while. And as we move in through our month of August, as we come together and as we celebrate this new life, and as we find ourselves in this new place, I wish you well.